News 13's Christina Peffer now joins us live with more on the story. Christina, can well water be more cause for alarm than municipal supplies?
Yes, Sean, the reason being the EPA can only regulate public water systems. For many of those with private wells, they may not even know how to protect themselves from some of these contaminants.
Another big issue, Corey, is between sell by and use by. And usually sell by means that the manufacturer wants it off the shelf, or use by, you have to use it prior to that date. Now they're completely different, and that can lead to a lot of confusion, which causes more food to be in the trash. Back to you. Those I spoke with say it's a question they never even thought about asking a realtor, though in a few states it's a legal requirement.
Sean, those I spoke with say they have always treated the land with respect, and over the past few decades they have been able to use fewer resources to raise their cattle. Now Jurgensen says that when you're traveling, people should use their debit cards because a PIN number is more secure than a credit card or cash. Back to you, Corey. A lot harder to apply for a loan and have any type of credit if you're constantly changing jobs. To those I spoke with thought the wildfires and high heat would keep people away. However, it's quite the opposite. Usually these accidents happen when there's seasonal changes. Now, regardless of the time of the year, they say that drivers and pedestrians still need to be safe. Many told me having an option between digital and hard copies was very helpful. Well, Lydia, compared with most states, those I spoke with say Wyoming does have more reasonable daycare prices. However, with the economy, childcare is something parents now have to budget more carefully. Corey, even though hoarding is a disorder many may not know a lot about, there are still service groups trying to help those with the condition. And tonight I give you an inside look on the struggles some of these groups face when working with hoarders.
It is estimated nearly 2 million people in the United States hoard. Psychologists believe the number is higher since many hoarders do not come forward.
If we don't have a relationship with them, are they going to trust us to say, hey, we can find somebody who can help you?
It's really hard because what is deemed trash for us actually has a value for them.
The first step in helping a hoarder is getting them to want to help themselves.
When anybody of my family and friends needs something, like they need to borrow a tool, or they need a part, or they need some brackets or some screws, guess who they call?
Since there are no housing codes in the state of Wyoming, it's harder for code enforcement to do their job. Department of Family Services counselors and the fire department personnel must be invited by the homeowner to even begin their investigation.
At that point, when we recognize there's an issue, then we can visit with the occupants of that structure. We can try to get them connected up with some of the social service agencies.
I can't force my way into the home. Usually, I'm not there to judge the person. I'm there to try to give them help.
The biggest point service groups try to impress upon hoarders is the danger from the accumulation. The material contaminating their home can be a life and death situation.
A lot of times mixed in with the trash is animal feces, human waste. There is a lot of dead animals in there, mice droppings. Hantavirus is a huge problem in there.
To a hoarder, this is life, and to them, it's normal.
We'll get rid of a bunch of stuff, and the next day we need something we took to the dump. And so there are certain things that I just can't get rid of because I know that the need will arise. I'll have to have that particular item at some future date.
It's definitely been negative. We've lost a lot of business. We can hardly get into the parking lot ourselves as employees.
Fact is the funding isn't available for that right now. So, what we're trying to do is to build as much as we can with the funds that we have.
WYDOT planned to reconstruct Poplar Street, but sidewalks had to be placed there as well to be in compliance with the Americans with Disabilities Act. Not only is it taking a toll on WYDOT's funds, but also businesses in the surrounding area.
I started the construction about a week late, and so it's really hurting our business with the CNFR rodeo being in town.
According to one Casper's employee, their business has decreased by 35%. Employees tell News 13 they have seen multiple drivers struggle to pull into the restaurant's parking lot, then give up and go eat elsewhere. Businesses say the biggest issue they have is that it's a sidewalk to nowhere.
I don't think it's really been worth it at all.
We felt the need to build the sidewalks, and in some sense you're compelled to by the ADA requirements, but by the same token we also recognize that it's not really the ideal situation because we don't want to encourage people to use that bridge. So we're kind of caught in the, it's a double-edged sword there.
It's just frustrating for everybody.
A lot of times it's through the public that we start to take notice of different issues.
It's called the Blackmore Road Sub-Area Transportation Study. The Metropolitan Planning Organization members believe the study will help examine possible traffic calming and alternate future routes to eliminate a high traffic volume in the area.
I have not seen any problems. The traffic flow has been good. I had not seen one accident or one situation that could have resulted in an accident, to be honest with you.
You can't see them come. They come really fast.
The main concern for MPO members and residents is overall public safety.
Cut through traffic in residential areas, and we just want to know how to manage that so that the traffic is where it should be based on the speed and size of the traffic. So.
Just general traffic flow 30 to 40 miles an hour, and it should be 25.
It's really been a real pain to try to get out on the Blackmore now from Donegal because they put the stop sign one block the wrong way as far as I'm concerned. But it's just, we got a lot of traffic from all the development over on Eastgate.
However, one resident believes the study will not help with the issue.
I don't know how helpful that would be. Enforcement is the key issue.
Regardless of all the meetings and planning for the study, some tell News 13 with all the new development, there is bound to be traffic.
I think people will adapt to the traffic environment as needs be, and hopefully the city, in taking into consideration street sizes and traffic signs, will do the same.